What's good, y'all? It's your boy Muhammad Sanu. We here live at a Trail Report. You know what I'm saying? My boy C Hill. Y'all better stay tuned. You heard? Being Talk.
The Atlanta Dream have acquired Angel Reese, a two-time WNBA All-Star, in exchange for Atlanta's first-round picks in 2027 and 2028. The Dream also receives the right to swap second-round picks with the Sky in 2028. This is crazy. This is crazy. Angel Reese is obviously obviously I would say a star as far as just in the culture, just from her name that she built in college and, her going to Chicago and everything like that. Her having a platform that she has now is already insane. So with her coupling that with the popularity of Atlanta and the culture of Atlanta, I feel like the people of Atlanta, you guys know, I live in Atlanta, okay? So I feel like the people and the people and the culture, put it like that, are going to eat this alive. They're gonna love it. It's gonna be. She's gonna. She's gonna fit like her energy, her swagger, her confidence, her energy, the way she carries herself. It's gonna fit right in with the people of it, with the people of Atlanta and the culture of Atlanta. I feel like it's gonna fit right in, especially because the fact that she kind of has that swagger of like, what it is. Like she kind of has that swagger of like she thinks anytime she steps on the court, she's the best person on the court, regardless. Like it don't matter who on the court, don't matter who out there. She feels like she's the best person on the court. She gives me that kind of swagger, that kind of energy. So with that being her energy and her how she approaches the game, how she approaches just carrying herself, I feel like the people of Atlanta are going to. It's going to. I feel like they're going to eat it up. It's going to be. I feel like her jersey's probably going to sell out. Probably going to be for if they're not already sold out, I don't know if they've started selling them yet, but if they will be when the season starts, those jerseys are going to be sold out completely. I feel like this was a great move, not only for the team as far as the Atlanta Dream getting a star that they can build their franchise around, but also I feel like it was a win for her because now she gets to, I guess you could say, embrace in another embracing another place, open up to another place, other things, that other opportunities that she may not have gotten in Chicago, she can get them in Atlanta, or she can get them, or the spotlight of being in Atlanta, especially because Atlanta is in a place now of, just my personal opinion, of where we just lost Trae Young as far as just the city. We lost Trae Young. With the team, they've got Tua, the Atlanta Falcons. They got Tua. The Hawks are Jalen Johnson's team right now. So I feel like in all aspects, United is United, of course. And I feel like in all aspects, I feel like Atlanta wants to be in a place to where they can have a star in like all areas. And Angel Reese is the definition, if you look up in a dictionary, of probably modern day star. She'd probably be definitely one of the definitions you would find. So I feel like her representation of just culture influence and influence alone, and just with her talent and skill as well, as far as how she can compete on the basketball court and how she approaches the game with her confidence and everything, I feel like she is going to fit right in with the culture of Atlanta and just the energy of Atlanta. I feel like this was a great move for the team, great move for her. And for the Sky, I don't necessarily know their reasoning for moving off of Angel Reese. Maybe maybe it was a thing of, obviously I'm assuming here, but maybe it was a thing of they kind of wanted to go another direction as far as where they built the team around. Maybe they wanted a different archetype for what they wanted to build their team around. What I mean by that is maybe they wanted something to where they didn't want the team just focused on necessarily one person, or one person, or one person, or one energy, or one personality. They didn't want any, like, it focused on one aspect of the team. So if that was the case, I feel like that was a great move for the Sky as well to move off of Angel Reese and get more potential players that you can build your team with. Like I said, as far as the draft picks and everything that I spoke about earlier, Angel Reese also released a statement when the trade was announced. I'll read that for you guys. She said, "I am beyond grateful for the opportunity to join the Atlanta Dream organization. I'm focused on continuing to grow my game, competing at the highest level, connecting with the fans, and giving everything I've got to the Dream." Now, Atlanta is coming off a 30-win season in 2025. Now, as far as on the court, like I spoke about the culture and everything like that, but as far as on the court, what does the Dream have to look forward to? I feel like the Sky is. I swear I don't mean this as a joke, but it just happened to just flow like this. But the sky is the limit for the Atlanta Dream. I'll be honest, because Angel Reese, as far as her career, is averaging 14 points, 12 rebounds. Well, let me get official with y'all. 14.1 points, 12.9 rebounds, and 2.7 assists, 1.4 steals a game, 0.6 blocks a game, and 32 minutes per game. Also shooting 42.1% from the field, 18.4% from the three-point line, 74.6% from the free throw line, and has a 49.7 true shooting percentage. In her 2025 regular season, she actually saw a lot of improvements as far as, getting down to the official numbers. She's seen a boost in points with 14.7, going up from 14.1. She dropped little slightly in rebounding with 12.6 compared to 12.9 in her career regular season. Went up in assists, 3.7. Went up in blocks, 1.5. Went up in steals, 1.5. Went up in blocks, 0.7. In 31.6 minutes a game, so she also went down in minutes too. So improvement. I know that's not necessarily the jumps that you guys would want to see, like the going from this many points to 25. It's not that, but little improvements. So little improvements, going from 14.1, to 14.5. It's like little improvements like that. So and that's compared to her career regular season. So what that means is that's her career stats compared to her 2025 season. So basically, she only played 2 seasons. So basically, what that means is, to break it down for you guys, her first season is her career average. Whatever she got in her first season, that's her career average. Her 2025 season is obviously her latest season. So whatever she did in that year beats her career average. But really, it only means it beat her first season. That's only thing she improved off of, because she hasn't played a necessary career to be like career regular season. So it's not anything like that. Basically, that's just compared to her regular season. You guys get it. We all watch sports. We get it. But she is improving, in my opinion, with less minutes per game. So what that tells me is she doesn't need as many minutes. And I know it's maybe like 1 minute down. So I know that's maybe not so impressive. But in my opinion, I still deal with the stats for what they are. It's less minutes a game in improving in stats. So, I mean, people can say, oh, well, it's only 1 minute down or a couple minutes down. It's still an improvement. So what that says to me is that she has the capability to put up the numbers in not as many minutes. So I feel like Atlanta has a lot to look forward to as far as that. She is a 2-time WNBA All-Star. She has the excitement. She has the excitement. She has the. I'm trying to use the right word. I guess you would say the. I guess I just use the influence. She has the influence to get major fan attention, especially here in Atlanta. A lot of people in Atlanta always say that you hear a lot that, oh, they want something to look forward to, because people comment on the Falcons or the Hawks or the Braves or whatever, and those teams are known for being very good as of late. So they want a little something to look forward to. I feel like Angel Reese with the Sky, whether you watch, I don't know if people necessarily watch. I know we were talking about this yesterday, but talking about women's basketball. I watched the WNBA myself, but I don't necessarily know if a lot of people watch the WNBA. But in Atlanta, you hear a lot of people say they want something to look forward to. Well, there you go. Angel Reese is a member of the Atlanta Dream. I think that's definitely something to look forward to as far as excitement. excitement, something to invest into other than like the main sports. Like I said, the Falcons, the Braves, the Hawks. Definitely something to embrace and invest in. That's not necessarily, I guess you could say the big three, right? So she definitely has the excitement, the influence, the way she carries herself. I feel like she carries herself the way a lot of people in Atlanta carry themselves. Um, with just the confidence and the swagger and the energy. So I feel like she'll fit right in as far as that. I feel like this was probably a match made in heaven as far as where the culture is in Atlanta to where she represents and her influence. That was probably a match made in heaven. As far as her, I know she had I guess you would say a controversial statement about her money, about making more money in college or whatever. Um, that's a travesty. Number one, that she can make more money in college than in the WNBA, but that's a topic for a different day. I feel like her money definitely will increase now because she has more opportunities for brand deals and stuff like that out here in Atlanta. Not saying those things aren't in Chicago. They're everywhere, okay? We're in the 2026. Those things are everywhere. I'm just saying I feel like her potential to get more of those things and more money and more opportunities like that, I feel like are present in Atlanta. So I feel like her making a move to Atlanta, obviously she was traded, but her making the move to Atlanta, I feel like was a great thing for not only her career as far as on the court and playing and basketball and sports and stuff like that, but even post-career. And I know this is early to be talking about post-career, but even post-career to be present in a place like Atlanta or, present and to even be thinking about, okay, after my career, what is the place I want to be and what is the place I want to, where is the place that I want to do these certain opportunities or do these certain things or execute on these certain things that I can do. I feel like Atlanta is the perfect place for that. So I feel like this was just a great move, not only for the Dream, because now the Dream have started, they can build a team around for years to come. Angel Reese, I feel like has the potential to have a very extensive career. I don't even think she's scratching the surface of what she can do. We seen her first year with the double doubles, how crazy she was going with the double doubles and getting rebounds and all of that. So we seen what she can do. She's definitely shown flashes, and she shows flashes every time she's the court. But I don't even think she's scratching the surface of what she can do. I feel like her potential she has potential in my opinion, and I know everyone probably says this, but I'm going to say it again. I feel like she has the potential to be one of the greatest players to ever grace a WNBA court. I really do. That's just my opinion with her talent, her intensity, her work ethic, and also I know she has some backlash about this in her first year with the Caitlin Clark stuff and all of that, but also her attitude. I feel like her attitude is actually I feel like it plays into her game a lot because I know a lot of people say, oh, the temper and all of that, but if you really think about it, it's rare. If you think about it, it's rare to find a player in whatever sport that is that intense as she is, that passionate as she is, and doesn't have that temper to just go off the edge, right? Like go off the edge anytime. I feel like when your intensity is to that level and it's going into your game, I feel like you have to kind of use it in a way. Like take Draymond Green for example. He's an intense player. Where does he use his intensity? On defense. If he doesn't use it there, he's the enforcer, right? He gets into fights and stuff like that, and occasionally, and a couple arguments and a couple fists thrown and all of that, and fist fights and stuff, stomping on people's chests, all of that. But here's the thing: for all of that stuff, I don't mind Draymond. I don't mind having a Draymond Green on my team. I don't, because you need what he brings. He brings intensity. He brings intensity. He brings defense. He brings that. Believe it or not, he brings leadership. He's won 4 championships, so he can tell you a little bit about what it takes to build a winning team. So he brings things that you need and that you want on your team. He just happens to be that intense guy. Same thing with Angel Reese, I feel like. She's intense, but I feel like to a point, if you have a team, to a point you probably want that intensity. Now, is the intensity always expressed in the best of ways? Same like Draymond Green. No. Ideally, he uses his intensity on defense. If he doesn't use it there, he uses it elsewhere. Like I said, fights and fouls and takes and getting ejected, stuff like that. But it's all, in my opinion, due to the level of intensity that he plays with. Same with Angel Reese. I feel like that Atlanta is getting a player that's intense, and she uses that intensity to her game to get like the double doubles and stuff that we saw in her first season, and the fact and stuff she can do every night if she wants to. That intensity that we saw, I feel like, is what she uses the intensity for. I just feel like a lot of times it necessarily gets directed in other areas. Not even really due to her wanting to. It just kind of naturally flows that way because you have to use the intensity on something is what I feel like. I could be wrong, but I just feel like in pickup basketball, if you play with that player that's intense, we know that he probably gonna be drawing fouls. He probably gonna be hand checking, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like the intensity necessarily doesn't get expressed in the best way, but I also feel like her intensity is targeted by, I guess you could say, the media and stuff like that. I feel like it's unfairly targeted, as people feel like that she's taking her intensity out on other players. I don't believe that. I feel like that's bogus, but because no player wants to hurt other players. They go on the court to play basketball and win games. If something happens in the course of that, then it happens. But anyway, I feel like this was a great move for Angel Reese in her career. I feel like this was a great move for the Atlanta Dream. Every aspect of the way. Checkpoint by checkpoint, I feel like this was a picture perfect move for the Atlanta Dream to make. For the Chicago Sky, I hope they get another star as electrifying, I guess you could say, or they get multiple players that can make up for the electrifying nature of that Angel Reese had as a Chicago Sky. But I'm excited to see how this plays out. So Angel Reese is a member of the Atlanta Dream, and so we shall see if it will lead to Atlanta having some dreams in the future. So we gonna see. But yeah, I think it was a great move. Shout out to the Atlanta Dream for making this move. Front office, everyone who made this happen. It's definitely gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see how this plays out. So this is gonna be interesting.